Okay, Dave Leduc, massive event coming up. WLC, Art of Nine Limbs. Is this the biggest night in the history of the sport of Lethwei?
Yes, it's the big one because basically it's my debut, and I vacated all the other belts for that from other promotions. Obviously, I'm still the current champion, but this is my debut in WLC, and whatever I fight, I fight main event, and it's a big fight. So I'm excited for this, and I'm very excited to fight on UFC Fight Pass and fight UFC veterans. So all these things combined makes it a very, very attractive event for worldwide for all the fans in Lethwei because I fought. I want to touch about a lot of things with you, but I fought kickboxing champion, Muay Thai and Taekwondo. Cyrus Washington was all good fighters, and now it's gonna be an MMA guy. So it's just I want to face all guys from different disciplines, and I'm not done yet. I spoke to my seafood the other day. He's like, "You're only 27, so I'm just." He said, "You're just entering your prime." So I have a when I reach 30, I'm going to be even stronger. I kind of envy the guys in their 30s right now because you do have more strength in your 30s than you when you're 20s. You reach that testosterone levels higher, and maybe I'll have a bigger beard back then. But basically, I'm very excited to fight against Seth, and yeah.
Can you just explain for those who are unfamiliar? And Lethwei is thousands of years old, but up until now, it hasn't really been in the consciousness of a global audience. But what do you make of what WLC are doing? Because they're making it a little bit more well packaged, better medicals for the fighters, more money for the fighters, and of course they're bringing in not only you, who is arguably the king of Lethwei, a guy from the UFC, and it's on Fight Pass, it's on Fox Sports, it's on Canal Plus.
Not arguably. If you beat the king, you become the king. So I am, but yeah, basically, I really like that because all the fans in the last when I won in 2016 and I became champion, it was very hard to find fights. It was like in black and white on YouTube, and you had to, if you want to watch a live fight, you have to pirate the fucking stream on the national TV, and it was really hard to find on Facebook. Now, for the first time, my fans are going to be able to watch it live on UFC Fight Pass, and even if they want to watch it afterwards, it's going to be in HD, right? So it's very exciting to be able to package Lethwei in a sexy way, in a more modern way, and without talking about all the cool stuff of the event. The production is insane so I'm happy about this, while keeping the traditional aspect of the headbutts, the no gloves, and all the takedowns allowed, and very aggressive fighting mentality. So I'm a big proponent of keeping all these things. If we don't have headbutts in Lethwei, well, it's not Lethwei anymore. It's not Lethwei, right? So I'm very excited about this, and especially with the addition of all the eyes from around the world. So yeah, it's I really like what they're doing at WLC. That's why we both we met in Yangon, and we flew there and we had a meeting, and it was very positive. And it's funny when you have two alpha males on a table, because I had my feud with them, and they had their feud with me because I did not like a couple of things they were doing, and mostly was protecting my territory because I did not like other people try to promote, but we all put everything aside, and now we're in it to make an amazing event. The biggest fight from Lethwei history was the last fight in December against Mynamar, our trilogy fight, and now this is like the event. We have a lot of high level strikers. If you look at the card, it's looking amazing. A lot of Burmese, a lot of international guys as well. So, and obviously we have a fight, and I'm excited to fight also a big guy. I personally, and I think it's cool to address that, because some people say, I'm 6'2". People think I'm 7 feet, and I'm just I'm not Hangman Choi. I'm 6'2", and Tutumin was around like 5'9", I think 5'10", I'm not sure. And actually, I fought like Jalon, another kickboxer, French guy, who was 6'3", heavier, like 90 pounds, because we were 90 kilograms, because we were open weight. It's easier for me to fight taller guys than to fight shorter guys, and the reason is very simple. Because if you're smaller, your headbutt comes from underneath. The headbutt comes from right here. Me, if I want to headbutt a 5'9", 5'10", I have to drop my base and go for headbutt. So I'm excited to have Seth. Seth is actually taller than me. He's 6'3", and also walks around heavier than me. I walk at 80 kilograms, and we're gonna fight at 85. So for me, it's gonna be an interesting fight, and I'm excited to do this. And I know he's there to fight because nobody signs a contract except Bob Sapp. Nobody except signs a contract thinking he's there to lose. I know he has balls to fight, and that's what's cool because WLC. I know they spoke to me a little bit. They said we approach a lot of former guys, and without naming names from UFC, and they, it's all until it's time to look at the rules and actually put your name on the contract. And not a lot of them actually. No, I'm better at bare knuckle FC. I'm better at bare knuckle fight. Because there's only hands, not elbows, no headbutt, knees, kicks, and takedowns, and everything. So I respect him for them, but I have to welcome him with open arms in the Lethwei cage and the Lethwei ring. So even though I'm happy that he stepped up to the plate, he's gonna have a long night.
You mentioned that you used to not get along too well with WLC. What is it that they said to you, or what was the moment that opened your eyes and realized that this is the best thing maybe for you and for the future of Lethwei?
Okay, couple things from the inside. Again, I made a big press conference in Yangon, and I said I respect all the other promoters. I fought for Nakamura in Japan. I fought for other promotion in Yangon, and just a couple of things. Logistics wise, it was I like to be. I'm always travel with my wife Irina. We like to be treated well, and WLC knows how to treat their fighters. So they offered me a good package, and also a very I don't know how to say it, delicious bonuses and stuff like that. So I'm French, right? So I'm trying to find my words. But also, I really like the aspect that, because I felt like I was the only one fighting with the other promotion. I was the only one fighting to, put the videos online, put the, with my team, we try to, let's make promotion overseas, because they were really focused on selling tickets in Mynamar. And, that's it. They didn't care about the outgoing. Like, I still don't have a couple of my title fights from the past, and that's crazy for me. With WLC, they were the first one to sign with UFC Fight Pass. They were the first one to attract even more, foreign fighters. And I just get along with the mentality. And I like to deal with winners. I like to deal with guys that have vision. I'm not just here to it's already the most popular sport in Myanmar. It's already the national sport. We know that. So now let's attack other markets. And they even told that they want to open, make a fight in Cambodia, make a fight in the United States, make a fight in Canada. So it's just like exciting to be part of this promotion.
What's the how do people feel about Lethwei in Canada? Because you're a starter. I've seen you on The Amazing Race. How's that been going? Are you spreading the word there? As a Canadian, being the King of Lethwei, helping the sport?
Well, it's funny you say that, because tonight I just finished viewing the show, the third episode, and I did the Likamund challenge symbol in the Amazing Race, and they put it. So it's pretty cool, that the sport is becoming mainstream and transcending cultures, and I'm excited about this. And I also receive a lot of messages on a side note, from guys in MMA and in Muay Thai. They actually send me the videos, and they do the Likamund before their fight, and that's how cool Lethwei is. And but yeah, basically, your question was that I kind of basically recently. There's a law that just passed that kind of allows fights that bare knuckle and stuff like that. So we have to look into it with WLC, but it's not a definite no. I used to say that it will never happen in Canada, but Ontario, the province, said that it might happen. I know that it might happen on an Indian reserve where there's not really a lot of legislation, So I'm excited for that. But yeah, in Canada, people, they see we're not. It's a very, harsh lumberjack kind of mentality, but not a very, it's starting to change, but not a very fighting culture, because, even Muay Thai is not illegal. It's not illegal. Imagine Lethwei, right? So professional, you still need pads to fight. So, but they like that a kid from here is making waves. So I do feel the love.
You've already achieved so much, like you say, you're like 27 years old. So, you know, you take the WLC belt, defend that. What's your plan? Are you wanting to solidify your place in Lethwei? Because I imagine you have all sorts of offers to do MMA, to do Muay Thai.
Yeah.
You know, have you had MMA offers? Is that something in your future? Or what do you think you want to do?
Yeah, people don't know that about me, but basically when I started martial art, I said to my Sifu, my coach, I don't want to do stand-up. He said, really? Although you're tall, it would be good for you. You know, you have long limbs. Well, I said, no, I like grappling. So for many years, for like a year or two, I did only sambo and only grappling, no-gi grappling, and I actually won a lot of competition as well in no-gi, and I liked it, and so yeah, I still train my ground. I still have a good triangle, but I got some offers for one, and I mean for now it's on the ice. I really want to focus on Lethwei because it's like if I'm not doing it, nobody's gonna do it, and that's what I said when I entered the sport of Lethwei 3-4 years ago. I was giving shit to Tuntunmin Tutu because they were champion and they were accepting fights in K1, accepting fights in Thai fight, accepting fight in Japan and MMA. I'm like, guys, focus. And that's something that my wife taught me, like, keep your vision. Don't be a sellout. So, you know, achieve whatever you want to achieve. And right now, it's a pivotal moment for the sport. I have to focus and, like, bring it to new heights. Once that's done, well, I can look into other things. But, like, now we just purchased a house in Cyprus, and the island of Cyprus in EU. And that's where we're going to, like, settle down and retire. So that's my focus right now. After the fight, I'm going to move there. And from there, we're going to plan, like, retreats, Mynamar retreats in Mynamar, and a lot of Lethwei, like, people are going to be able to come train with me in Mynamar, you know, immerse in the culture, eat the food, train, see the fights. Very excited about this. But, yeah, you know, to answer your question, I really think that, obviously you have to have somewhat of an ego if you fight, right? It's not it's a sport of an ego. You can't, people say that, oh, I don't care about it. It's not true. You do love the attention. You do love a little bit of a fan love. Otherwise, you're lying. It's not true. So it's fun, but I don't go crazy about this. I want to achieve. I want to provide for my family, and if I'm happy with what I've done with Lethwei, we'll see. Yeah, good question.
Well, firstly, yeah, that's a scary thought. The fact that you do have a grappling background, man. Did you mention? Did you say you had an offer from one? You mean one championship in the past?
Yeah, I was one of the first. They approached for the Super Series, the Striking Series, and we politically declined. And because I don't want to do anything other than Lethwei, and it was fine. They said, you know, we look into, you know, if you're interested to do MMA, we'd love to have you as well. And you know, just we keep it at that for now. That's the story basically, and focus on WLC. And you know that there's an exchange. There's an exchange. And there's an agreement between WLC and ONE. People don't know, but ONE strongly supports WLC because they have such a great welcoming every time they come. You know, with Anla, my brother, and Pota, a lot of guys from ONE that have an amazing story in Yangon. And ONE said, you know what, let's make something big, and they know that Lethwei is fucking exciting to watch. So they have an agreement to share fighters, and it's already happened from Mynamar guys fought into the one octagon. Obviously, there are more strikers, and they have to work underground. But yeah, so becoming the champ in WLC, like is the plan, is gonna also open doors to. I don't want if we do it, we do it big.
You have a really good relationship with Mynamar. You know, you carry the flag when you win. How did that come about? How did you end up in Mynamar and end up in Lethwei, a Canadian?
That's such a good question. Basically, like, I don't know. We've been speaking for a couple of minutes now, and like, I like to be as kind as I can outside of the ring. But when I go inside, I want to, don't fuck around. Let's mean business. Let's fight. We're two professional fighters. Let's do our best. And I like that. I guess I have a split personality. But basically, I relate when I came into Myanmar the first time. It's a long story. I did prison fight, and then the promoter from prison fight, he said, "Dave, we have last minute replacement. We want to fight. Somebody needs to fight 2-2, but nobody is ready. Nobody wants to." At the time, I had 10 Muay Thai fights. My ultimate goal was always to come to Myanmar. The only reason why I came to Thailand is because it was bigger, more developed, more training partners. Tiger approached me and everything. So that's the only reason. But my ultimate goal was always to come to Myanmar because I watched videos when growing up. And so when he said that, automatic title shot for the first World Championship, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I disfigured Tutu, and I knew that was my calling. And but basically, first time I came there, I automatically felt like I belonged there. And it's crazy. And I say that in my Burmese interviews. I'm like, I feel like I was born if there's another life, I feel like I was born there because, how to say it, in Myanmar, people are really the kindest. Have you been to Myanmar?
Yeah, I was there in Part An for the last show.
Okay. Well, you probably noticed that they're so humble and so kind, more than most people that you've ever met, right? Like, yeah. Incredibly polite, incredibly shy, very, very humble. And you would never think that when they go in the ring, they fuck people up with headbutts, with bare knuckle, and they're a very hard guys, hard culture, right? So, and that's what I felt. I'm like, wow, that's kind of me in an Asian, right? I kind of try to be smiley, polite, and but when I go in the ring, I'm an extremist. I think the best way to put it, if I travel, I don't want to just go to a hostel. Let's go to 5-star. If we travel, let's do 5 locations. If I fight, let's fight the most brutal sport in the world. I don't like to do half-ass. You do it with your full ass. And basically, yeah. So the best way to put it is I really felt like I belonged there very much. I was offered, and also I think they really were kind to me. They gave me a laundry, and they invited me to their house, people I was with. So, I felt like their brother, and it just built from there. Received an amazing amount of love on Facebook, on my fan page. It grew to 200,000. It's just, and people are just, are very support. I think they're really happy that you're interested into their culture and to their sport, and they see that. I'm articulated when I don't mess up my words. I can talk, or I can bring the sports to new heights. So I guess they kind of know that it's going to be beneficial to the sports. So they embraced me, and they gave me a name. Very proud of that. They gave me Dewa, which is Dave, but in Burmese. So and as a sign of respect, and it just happened naturally. I really feel like I'm there. So we're going back there, and we have an apartment there as well, so I wear the flag very proudly, and they honestly give me more love than my home country, and I've met a bunch of politicians. I've received awards in Myanmar by the Minister of Sports. I didn't meet the Minister of Sports in Canada, right? So, I've never received that much, also financial support. In my home country, so I'm going where the love is and where the money is as well.
Lastly, then, Seth, you said you respect him. It's an interesting fight just because you're the King of Lethwei, you're experienced in this sport. He's never fought Lethwei before, and he's doing it against the best in the world straight away. So yeah. This could be over fast, right? You could just take him out, yeah. Or he could show his prowess. I mean, he's been fighting in the very elite in MMA for years and years. Yeah. So technically he could show himself, but does a part of you just want to show you're not supposed to be here and make a statement early on?
Good point. Well, I looked at his pedigree. You've got good wars against Thiago. I think Thiago Santos. I'm not sure, and wins against Matt Brown and guys like that I respect. So I know the guys. And the thing is, I have more experience in Lethwei. Obviously, I have 10 fights in Lethwei, and 20 fights total with if you count out the striking sports. But he is the most experienced guy, and I actually think experience is a big part. The crowd and everything. So, but yes, I do have an advantage because I'm obviously hometown is always fun because people are going to be cheering for me, obviously. But I really learned, and I had that talk with my Sifu. He's like, don't never ever take anybody for granted, because if you look at Ruiz that beat Joshua. He was made fun like bad. I was actually like on the train. I was like, wow. Now that I was hopping on a train with people so I'm like, really? He does look fat. He does look way smaller. He does look weaker. He does no muscle definition, nothing. And who has never heard of the guy before? So and boom, shocks the world. The guy, again, tall, strong, not afraid to swing. I think he's very aggressive. I think that's his key thing that I've seen. He swings for the fence. He dropped guy like guys in the clinch and with the swing. I know he has good hooks, good uppercuts and stuff like that. So you never know what can happen in a fight, and especially from a guy that's not afraid to come in a foreign country, doesn't know nothing, and accept a fight against. So that for me takes balls. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be there ready, and I don't intend to give him chances. So, and my Sifu actually said, he's like, Leif, you're not paid more for 5 rounds or 1 round. So, but I do want to give the fan a good show. So again, is a good show 3 rounds, 5 rounds, or a 5-second knockout like Masvidal did, right? So we'll see about that. But I'm just saying, I'm training really hard. And I've seen that he's training hard too. So and I'm a tall, skinny guy. He looks thicker than so he's gonna be a big body to move, especially when we're gonna clinch, because he's like a wrestler, so it's gonna be a big body to move. But I have some tools in my pocket, so in my sleeve, whatever, yeah, it's exciting. It's an exciting fight because I really excited. I think it's going to open the door to other guys as well that want to compete, and I don't want to stop. When I win the belt, I don't want to stop. I want to be the first WLC double champ. So I want to either attack 2-2, make a nice rematch because we fought when I was my first ever Lethwei fight, and I still disfigured him. Imagine now what I can do to him. So he's still the 75 kg champ. I could fuck him up, and with all due respect, and or go up higher, because again, I'm getting older, and I'm getting with age you get a bit heavier. So maybe it's going to be easier to go higher than cruiserweight. A lot of things happening in the sport, and well, yeah, I'm excited.